बाबा मीठे बाबा, प्यारे बाबा मीठे बाबा, एक तो ही तो है बस हमारा, तुझसे रोशन है सबका सितारा, एक तो ही तो बस है किनारा, प्यारे बाबा मीठे बाबा, प्यारे बाबा मीठे बाबा। मन में जो भाव तेरे लिए है, खुश हूँ कि पुण्य किए हैं। मन में जो भाव तेरे लिए है, खुश हूँ कि पुण्य किए हैं। तेरी बताई राहों को चुनकर खुशियों से वादे किए हैं। मैंने जो चाहा मिला है, अरमानों का गुल खिला है। जानता हूँ तू चाहे मुझको, दुआओं में रखना तू सबको, मुझको तो है तेरा ही सहारा, प्यारे बाबा मीठे बाबा, प्यारे बाबा मीठे बाबा।
Om Shanti, Asian and Australian family. Greetings of love. So today's topic, as you know, is harmony in sanskar, in spiritual life. But I would like to add harmony as well as unity amongst Brahmins. As we realize, everybody's sanskars are different. Though aim of everybody is to become Bap Saman, but efforts are number-wise, achievement is number-wise. Our memorial of harmony is dancing of gopas and gopis together. Naturally, the dancers or the artist will have different ability, yet the dances are famous, and until now everybody is using those dances, Garba Ras, even now, because everybody has love for Baba, Gopi Vallabh. We are working together, dancing and harmonizing our sanskars. We can see the example of orchestra. How many different instruments are used? Every instrument has different tune. Still, when they play in a harmonious way, it's so pleasant to listen. In Yajna history, if you see Mama and Brahma Baba, they had different sanskars. Dadi ji, Didi ji, and all dadis had different sanskar and specialities. But because of love for Bap Dada and for the sake of unity, they worked in harmony and unity. Didi Dadi used to say, we have two bodies but one soul. In Madhuban conferences, we have experienced so much unity and harmony that with few permanent Madhubanvasis and Sevadaris working together in such a way that some of the guests praised food, Sevadaris, those who are serving in the dining, more than speakers. In international projects that we have done so far, starting with Million Minutes of Peace Appeal and Global Cooperation for Better World, BKs from different parts of the world with different sanskars, different languages, and different talents. They work so well that Brahma Kumaris won 6 peace prizes. I remember in 76, we had a first international conference and Mela in Parla. Yogini Ben was organizing. About 3-4 months before conference, Yogini Ben was talking to a reporter that we are organizing, having 1,000 delegates from overseas and from India and all. We are having Mela. And this reporter in his mind thought, I don't know what this young lady is thinking about. To have international conference organized in Mumbai with so much difficulty in accommodation. How this lady is going to organize conference? But when he attended conference and he was one of the speakers, on the stage, he said, I'm really surprised that such a big event has taken place in Mumbai with so much efficiency and success. It is mainly the love for Baba, love for Yajna, Yajna Seva, and spiritual love with each others that so far so much service expansion has been done so far in Yagya. Dadi always used to give us example. All 5 fingers are different. Some is tall, some is short, some is fat, etc. But when they work together, there is so much force. And as we know, one ring can do something, but a chain of ring can pull train, ship, etc. I have heard the praise of Madhuban and Madhubanvasi by VIP guest. In 1983, around that, we had started international conference in Madhuban. First it was in Om Shanti Bhavan. We had venue for conference, but not accommodation. So the guests were staying in various hotels. And they used to praise the management and Seva in this conference. Most of them, even now, say we have never experienced such a good administration, so many things happening so quietly. Nobody's in tension. And dining was served, dinners were served in various complexes, various dining halls. And it was served so fast. Within 10 minutes of sitting around the table, everybody was served the meal, which they said, even in a small with 25 guests, doesn't happen. Second praise they talk about Madhuban is educated graduates, BKs are doing karma yoga. And at the same time, they are giving classes. In South America, in a public program, one of the guests who had been to Madhuban said that I went at 4 o'clock, arrived in Madhuban 4 o'clock, and there were angels walking silently for meditation. And one of them took my luggage to my room, and he was so much educated, and he was giving class to us. So this has been few examples of unity and harmony amongst Brahman relationship in Baba's Yajna. Now let us come to the spiritual questions that I have been asked. The first is relationship with Baba. What are the qualities needed to have good relationship with Baba? To have deep relationship with Baba, we need to have proper recognition of Baba. Who is he? How much he is giving us? He's opening his treasures to us. He doesn't see our weakness. And being Bholanath, he gives millions in return of one. So when we realize this, there is so much love for Baba. It needs faith in Baba. But to have good relationship, we need to have detachment from bodily relations, old world, and our possessions. And third thing we need is complete purity and soul consciousness. Next question is, having complete relationship with Baba is essential to attain perfection and completion. Please explain why complete relationship is important. So far, in a Lokik world, we used to take support from human relationship, human beings who had position and power. So we could get limited support, whether financial, moral, etc. But once we rely on Baba, once we say, mine is only one Baba. Because in bhakti, first we used to, when we were in trouble, go to parents, friends, family. Ultimately, when we didn't get anything, we'll say, hey God, please help me. But now, what we do is, we go first to Baba and request for help. And Baba is promising, have courage and I will help you. Take one step and I will walk towards you many steps. And he can give us unlimited support because his almighty authority. So we can approach him anytime, day or night, he is available. Next question is, giving and receiving is an important part of relationship with Baba. First, we receive from Baba. Baba is a treasure house, almighty. So we receive all powers. We receive knowledge. We receive love, mercy, peace, happiness, whatever we want. So once we receive, we are able to share with everybody else. Now, what do we give to Baba? Baba has everything. But yet Baba says, I can't establish heaven alone. I will teach you, and it is your duty to teach other human beings. So, give a finger of support or cooperation in establishment of the new world, very essential. What are we receiving? And very often we expect more. So I already shared what we are receiving from Baba and what we are giving. But sometimes our bhakti sanskars come. And we expect that Baba should heal me, get rid of my sickness. Baba should bring my relatives in Gyan. So we sometimes, Brahman used to go to Baba to get advice about their business, about marriage or children, so many things. And Baba always used to say is, I have come to purify you. I have come to teach you this knowledge. So Baba is giving us inheritance of heaven, transforming our sanskars from Shudra to Brahman to angel and deity. And we are trying to use our body, mind, wealth, time, money, energy in Baba's service. And naturally, in return, we become ever healthy, wealthy for 21 births. And that's why Baba was saying recently in Murli, I am Bholanath. I don't see your weaknesses. I just see your bright future of deity. And you give me one, I will give you multi-million. Now, next questions are on relationship with seniors. What qualities are needed to have good relationship with seniors? In order to have good relationship with seniors, first, seniors should have honesty, sincerity, love for students, being well-wisher, and not selfish, being sweet and not harsh. More, the senior has discerning power, judgment, and wisdom. The juniors will have faith in them, love and respect for them, and they will be truthful and honest. So juniors also need not be afraid of seniors or authority, because sometimes juniors are afraid what seniors will think about me. So they should not be afraid, but have love and respect. Juniors should have faith that Baba has appointed them. There must be something special that Baba has appointed them as instruments. Next question is, what is needed to have an honest and open communication between seniors and students? So the last question has answered most of the things. But first, I have to be honest with myself. Because if student is not honest, they wouldn't realize their own weaknesses. They will be always thinking, oh, this senior is like this, and this soul is like that, and that soul is like that. But they don't see themselves, their own weakness. Why they are not trusted or given some responsibility. So it's a two-way. Juniors also have to be honest, and seniors may have to sometime honest, knowledgeful, yoga-yukta, yukti-yukta. As Baba was mentioning in Sunday's Murli, if somebody is weak, we should not say you are weak. If somebody is making mistake, we should not say you are hopeless or you are this or that. But first, appreciate their speciality. He was giving example. to extinguish fire, you don't put oil. You have to put water or use fire extinguisher. And it is good to have honest and open communication for the growth of a student. If relationship is not good between seniors and students, what immediate action need to be taken to improve that relationship? Firstly, seniors should observe themselves and see how far they are sweet, loving, caring, and happy to listen to them. Because sometimes seniors are so busy that immediately after class they rush to their important duty and don't sit with students to check their stage, to see if they need any help. And for students or juniors, they have to honestly communicate verbally, in writing, personally, or on the phone. So communication is very essential, and one has to check, what is my weakness? What I have to change? And senior has to check whether I am bossy, whether I have got any ego, whether I am greedy, or how is my communication skill? Am I loving? Am I caring about students or juniors? Now comes question on relationship with others. What qualities are needed most for good relationships between BKs? Not senior and junior, but between BKs. It is essential to have brotherly vision, love for everybody, and not having any racial vision. Because sometimes, some people may think, I am higher caste, these are lower caste, I am white, these people are black. And that's where their relationships are spoiled, as you know, as you have seen around the world, that blacks are fighting with whites, saying Black Lives are important. So we need to have good wishes for everyone, pure feelings, and forget the past. Because sometimes we keep that vision that this soul is like that. We forget that souls are making progress. If I see only past of one person, I'll say he has been like that. But I have to see their present. I have to see their future, as Bap Dada always used to see the bright future as a Trikaldarshi. Baba used to see past, present, and future and communicate that way. Next question is, which negative sanskars are damaging to have good relationships? First and foremost, ego, bossy nature, rough nature. Now, sometimes somebody comes to speak to another person and say, "What you want to talk? Why you are coming so often?" So sometimes they start the conversation so roughly that that soul will be afraid to come back again. Short-tempered. If somebody gets angry after communicating once, sometimes people are jara dull-headed, so they don't understand after one explanation. They have to be explained again and again, repeat again and again. And the other person get upset or don't care attitude. Sometimes they say, don't care what that person is going through. Let that go through. It's that karma. So seeing the weaknesses of the soul, remembering their past, lack of time, and not giving full stop to the past, that will affect relationship with each other. How do you know whether we are settling or creating karmic accounts? It's very difficult to know, because Baba says it's a very deep and secret and significant karmic accounts. Mostly this is the time to settle the karmic accounts. So we must think we are settling karmic account. But whenever we are doing any actions, because sometime what I have seen, that Brahmins, whether they are surrendered in a Lokik life, what they are doing is They spend so much time, money, energy for their law kicks. And that may be clearing past karmic account, or they might be creating now new karmic account. So Baba has given us what should be our priority, where we should be giving our time, money, energy, thoughts, etc. So we should use them, everything, in a worthwhile way, and not just help law kicks or on the self. Sometimes we use everything for the self. We say, okay, I'm not doing vikarma, but am I doing charity? I'm not giving sorrow, but am I giving them happiness? So that's what we have to really think before doing any activity. Next question is, generally, good relationships comes with harmonizing sanskar. That's true. And I talked early how to harmonize sanskar, the benefit of this harmony, etc. So which main negative sanskar that makes harmonizing difficult? First is ego. Because if there is ego, I will think I should give lectures. Nobody is capable of giving lectures as much as I am. So they didn't give chance to others. But Baba always says, give chance to others, and you will become chancellor. Ego may insult the other person and disrespect other person. Second is jealousy, that they are praised more, they are given more importance, they are beautiful, they are wealthy, they have position, possession. So there is jealousy or animosity. Third thing is desire for name, fame, position. And that will be creating competition and trying to pull others down, praise oneself and tell others, oh, he's hopeless. And most common is, I and mind, limited vision, rather than having unlimited vision and attitude that we are here for Baba's service. So when there is awareness that we are here for Baba's service, and not this is my area, this is my student, this is my country, I have to do for my country only, no. Just as Baba was always saying, this is your task. Baba is just Karavanar. You are Karavanar. You are special. You are able to do this. Your cooperation is needed. So Baba used to keep children first. Brahma Baba, he never went to the public lecture. He used to prepare children, give them points, what they should give in lecture. But Mama, Baba didn't go on a public stage. How to overcome those particular negative sanskars? First, the soul has to realize which are my negative sanskars that are creating conflict amongst ourselves. After realizing, there should be determination to change. Baba has given Gyan and Yoga to realize I had to be introvert and honest to see myself, my weaknesses, my vices. And through yoga, I can transform my negative sanskars to positive. Now, question are on honesty. How important is honesty to have good relationship? Honesty with self is very essential to see my weakness. But honest with others may be harmful. As I was telling before, if you are telling that you have done this mistake, you have done this wrong, because of this your attitude is wrong, you are not talented. So I may be knowing that he is not talented, is not knowledgeful, is not a good yogi. But as we have seen, when Bap Dada was giving blessing, I have always seen that Baba used to praise that soul or bless the soul in an opposite way. If he was not very jnani, he will say, you are jnani soul. So that soul will remember and become more jnani. So we have to be sometimes yukti yukt, yoga yukt, and wise to help that soul. Very often in honesty, yes, feeling of ego comes. I'm good, you're not good. I've got specialities, and you are not having all these specialities. So that's why we have to be first honest to ourselves, check ourselves, and be humble. Next is how to have honesty and not to be overtaken by ego in communication. As I been saying, ego is the most worst quality for relationship. So we have to overcome ego and be humble. The instrument soul or the senior souls should not have ego that I am senior, I am center in charge, or I am national coordinator, etc. Because Baba and Didi, they always used to tell teachers, don't consider yourself as teachers, but always be considering yourself sevadharis. And sevadharis have to be very humble. I had to realize how much Baba has made me spiritual, spatial. Even if I had speciality before, I had so many weaknesses. But Baba has made me special. Just as there is golden rose. It's valuable, beautiful, but it has no fragrance. Same thing. We might have been golden rose flower, but we didn't have fragrance. Now Baba has made us fragrant flowers. And so we should feel Baba has made me special. Not that I'm special. Baba has made me this special. And that awareness will help us to be humble. So one has to realize that I have got ego, and then that ego is creating disunity and disservice. So I should be humble through determination, volcanic yoga, and conquer my ego, or whichever weakness I have, which is doing disservice and which is creating disunity with others, Brahmins especially. Okay, so now what are the more questions?
So, Didi, one question is, sometimes there's a very emotional relationship, not a good relationship. So, and the pattern is repeating again and again. Maybe insecurity is coming up, maybe controlling behavior, maybe bossiness. So should we look into our childhood to see where this sanskar comes from? Now, how to work it out if you have the same pattern, same sanskars always coming up?
Naturally, we have to look into our sanskars, and we should not blame our parents, teachers, and friends. Because sometimes, somebody is short-tempered. And they say, my parents also were short-tempered. My grandparents were also short-tempered. So blaming them. But they were not jnani. I'm jnani. So with jnana and yoga, I have to change my sanskars. Whatever has happened in childhood was my karmic account. Whatever happened to me in the past, I have cleared my karma. Why to blame them? But our blaming other, giving excuses, doesn't help us to change our sanskars.
So what can we do if someone has a nature of bossing us around to do this, to do that, even to do for Baba, with no respect for the students, or amongst the students, no respect, just bossing people around, they don't realize themselves what they're doing. What should we do?
I should have good wishes for that bossy person. That person will be bossy. But I have also lack of self-respect. I also am not so much knowledgeful. I am doing for Baba. If they are bossing, it's their problem. But if I am upset, it's my problem. And that's why, at the most, I can request them to not boss around, but humbly request me to do. Check with me whether I've got time, money, talent, energy to do what they want me to do. So I should see that, even if I see their weakness, what my attitude should be: mercy towards that soul, good wishes for that soul, and pure feelings. I forgot to mention in my class that today's Mama's class was so nice and appropriate for this subject. Those who have not read it or listened it carefully, please read it, revise it, and imbibe it to be Bap Sama.
Didi, if we are making good effort, we have good yoga, and occasionally we have dreams that might have some vice, should we be concerned about that? Or am I accumulating sin through these dreams, or will it just pass after some time?
If we have sinful or lustful sins, we are doing some vikarma, and it means still we have some subconscious impurity. So what one needs to do it really during conscious stage, check our level of purity and the karma we are doing. And if we are conscious during the day, we will not have bad dreams. Or also pay attention to Srimad and food. Because those who eat heavy food at night, especially we don't eat meat or eggs or anything, but at least we are fond of sweets. And some Brahmins have so much access to cheese. So they eat a lot of cheese during day or at night. And such heavy food can also have effect on our sleep and dream. And sometimes we allow impure drishti during the day, or churn on our impure sanskar, or sustain impure sanskar in one way or another. Watching movies, watching advertise, watching such sexy movies, etc. So we have to be very careful during what we are thinking, talking, seeing. Then I'm sure our dreams will not be dreadful.
Didi, we work as a team, and sometimes in the team, somebody might say something negative about somebody else. And this creates disunity.
Gossiping, you mean?
Like gossiping.
Or sharing weaknesses of others.
Yeah, something negative, no? So then what's the yukti to bring unity in the team so that we don't talk like this?
I think we should have certain principles meeting. What we should discuss, what we should not talk about. And how to bring unity as well as conduct meeting. Silence. Listen to everybody, but have master and child attitude. Have the attitude of in giving opinion, but have attitude of being a child, the decision of majority. So once we have that principles for our meeting, I'm sure we will not be bringing negativity or disunity.
So even if not the meeting, even in the center, we can agree to speak positively and...
Yeah, because this should be our lifestyle, not to gossip.
Yeah. Didi, how to make service go ahead when there is a lot of jealousy amongst people?
As I know, jealousy and ego will bring disunity, and that's why we have to overcome it. And Baba often says, prepare your stage before you come on the physical stage. So whenever there is any program, if I really want to have success, I have to really prepare my stage. Not just prepare lecture and be a good lecturer. Because Baba always says, if you are giving very good lecture, if you are good in speech, presentation, etc., but if you are not spiritual, you will not touch their heart. You will touch their intellect. They will listen to you and say, wow, wow, wonderful. But they go out and forget. But if they have experience, power through your speech, they will come again and again, or they will also progress in their spiritual life.
So, Didi, another question is, some students prefer to read Murli at home, so they never meet other Brahmins, they don't do any seva. So, how can they progress? I mean, what kind of situation is this?
Naturally, their progress will be not so fast. And secondly, if they are not doing seva, they are not creating their future fortune. Means they are having knowledge but not jnani to soul.
Can center coordinators take personal service from a particular student and become dependent on them?
Baba always says, be independent. Don't take personal seva unless you are invalid, senior citizen, very weak, sick. So naturally, if somebody is dependent on other, taking their physical service, naturally they will have to return it in future. That's what they know, that they will have to serve them in golden age.
Can one brother and one sister always be together to make Thursday Bhog in the center before Amrit Vela? The same brother with the same sister always together.
So, center coordinator or center vasis must draw attention and share the duty. or even students can offer themselves to come and share the responsibility of cooking. Make a roster that different souls cook bhog, different Thursday or Sunday or whenever they are making bhog. So it should be responsibility of all Brahmins to see that every maryada is followed.
So it's good to mix and match, not always have two people working together all the time. Didi, a similar question is the difference between spiritual family love and familiarity.
Love and familiarity is far different. Familiarity is vice. Love is virtue. In love, you care and support. Whereas in familiarity, you are dependent on them all the time, spending time with each other, talking with each other, and sharing everything with each other. So when there is familiarity, the link with Baba is broken because it's linked with person, human being. That is obstructing relationship with Baba. Impurity, whatever it is, will be obstruction in your yoga.
Is it okay for Centavasi to provide transportation to bring students to the center and take them back every day?
Naturally, it's not responsibility, but it is good. Because if some poor Brahmins can't come to center every day, especially early in the morning, or when it is not safe to come by public transport, or they don't have money to spend for taxi every morning, or coming by public transport is not safe, then it is good that Centavasis or other Brahman are giving them lift to come to center. So those who are giving lift, they are creating their fortune. And those who are getting lift, they should share at least transportation, petrol charges.
Yes, okay.
Then they will not be burdened by the support that they are given.
Now, Didi, another question, I think same person who asked before. If you have ego, but the ego is being created because of some events in your childhood, so there is insecurity. So should we go back and look at these events? I guess it's a little bit of also psychological work, you know. Should we do all of this to help the ego go away and build self-respect?
If you are not able to change your sanskar through jnana and yoga and spiritual life, then it is essential to take psychological help. Because there are many Brahmins who have depression or some sort of psychological problem. So after jnana and yoga, if they are not able to help themselves, it's best to take psychological help.
If we are having scary dreams of falling into a river, falling from the mountain, is this related to past lives or something that I'm seeing now or some fear?
I think most of the people who have such fear of water, flying, height, have some past life experiences.
Okay.
And I have seen by regression therapy or psychotherapy, they are able to help themselves.
So, what is accurate seva in terms of having good relationships? When we look at the topic of good relationships, what would you call accurate seva?
Accurate seva is the one which gives everybody peace, happiness, contentment. If somebody is stressed and tired and upset during seva, it means that's not their accurate attitude or sanskar. Don't blame others, because we have culture of blaming others, giving excuses. But I have to really look at myself. What is my weakness? That is creating stress, tension, depression, upset, etc.
And somebody is asking, the pandemic is not coming to an end. The pandemic is carrying on. Has there been any discussion about how Baba's Milan will be in the next season? How are we going to connect? What's going to happen?
We haven't discussed anything in Madhuban because we don't know when it will stop. Today only I read in BBC News, it will take 2 years.
For?
This corona to leave humanity.
Wow.
2 years. And so we don't know what will be the future. Some people in India, astrologers, have said it will finish by mid-September.
Okay.
So different people, scientists and astrologers are predicting different things. We don't know what will happen. So what Madhuban is doing, planning every month what to do, when to open centers, when to open Madhuban, etc. So we are planning
Month by month.
1 month by month. Because government is also changing the unlockdown process. And many countries have fourth comeback of corona.
Like a wave, fourth wave. Yeah.
Corona wave coming fourth time. They declared, okay, country is clear, and again cases came. They declared country is clear, again wave came, the fourth wave.
So if a brother calls the sister 10 times a day, Is it called familiarity?
Is it?
Called familiarity.
It depends whether it's really service or personal matter. Because for service, naturally, those service companions will talk to each other. But if it is personal problem that they are talking about, I would say that is familiarity.
So, Didi, one last question, which is, how can I know how much accurate remembrance I am having? It's not related to today's topic, but what is a measure that I'm doing well?
If I am having accurate yoga, my happiness, lightness, cheerfulness, all qualities will be rising. Means I will be able to see myself much, much better. I'll feel so light, so happy.
And tomorrow, many centers are offering bhog for Dadiji because it's Sunday. So somebody from Sydney is asking, should we make something special? What should we make? Is there a particular menu? What would you suggest?
As far as I know, usually we don't make anything special. And whenever we have Brahma Bhojan, because different centers, some people are nobody is coming to the center. So what's the point of preparing 10 items? But where people are coming, we give in breakfast whenever we are offering bhog. When people are coming, like in Madhuban, usually with Brahma Bhojan, we have puri, one sabji may be potato and matar,
Peas, yeah,
Peas.
potato and peas, yeah.
tomato, butter, peas. Third will be paneer sabji. This time we are having jalebi, which double foreigners may not be able to prepare at all. So one sweet, pakoda, paneer sabji, pulao. So that is our general menu. So depending on that, whether people are coming or not, whether there are hands or not, depending on that, you can prepare one sweet and maybe pakoda,
So something special.
something special.
Now, some people are saying, stop asking questions and don't let Didi get tired. And they're asking, how are you? There are 900 from Malaysia online. There are 400 listening to English. There are maybe 200-300 more. So it's a very big group, Didi, and everyone wants to know your health.
My health is getting much better, as you might have seen me in my full dress. Today is a full dress I'm wearing and attended this morning Murli, or read this morning's Murli. So I am in my sari blouse. So far I was in my gown in my room. And feeling much energetic than ever. Means last 15 days I have been weak. But I am feeling daily better and better. And Today only I asked Shakti to do feng shui for me because I haven't been having good sleep and many dreams. Not frightening or something, but as if I'm lost, as if some fairies are coming to invite me, welcome me, etc. So, since I have come back after global hospital, means last hospitalization, and I have been in a peace cottage. The vibrations of peace cottage haven't been good, not healthy. And Shakti was saying, I was operated at wrong. That time was not good omens for my health. So since my operation, I had been weak. And since coming to Peace Cottage, I haven't been having good sleep. But I take good rest in the day and trying to take healthier food. And I'm sure Baba will get me to normal again. Om Shanti, and let us have few minutes meditation.
आए हम खुद को बदल ले, जग बदलता जाएगा। आए हम खुद को बदल ले, जग बदलता जाएगा। अपने परिवर्तन से ही परिवर्तन जगत में आएगा। आए हम खुद को बदल लें, जग बदलता जाएगा। जग बदलता जाएगा। जो भी हम संकल्प ले पूरा निभा, कम कहे कहने से पहले कर दिखाए, कर दिखाए। शिक्षा होगी तब सफल जब आचरण सिखलाएगा। आए हम खुद को बदल लें, जग बदलता जाएगा। जग बदलता जाएगा।
Shanti and goodbye.